Hi everybody, welcome back to Arma Reforger, and in this beginner's guide tutorial I want to show you how to improve your navigation when flying around in helicopters and finding safe places to land when you're playing Conflict. Now this is going to be on PC because we're using a couple of mods. You want to go to the workshop and you want to download the RHS Status Quo mod, and you want to download the Disable Game Master Budgets mod as well. Once you've done that, go to Scenarios, and then if you scroll down, you're looking for the Conflict without AI. Here you go, Conflict Everon, no AI, RHS. And we can select that, and then we want to host it. And then, as far as mods go, the other mod we want to add is the Disable Game Master Budgets. And we do that so that we can spawn in a helicopter for us to be able to fly around in straight away. There we go, so Disable Game Master Budgets. And then we go back to Settings. Oh, let's move that control out of the way. Go back to Settings. Visibility, no. Host locally. Let's move that out of the way because it gets in the way. Now this can be very buggy. And I wouldn't be surprised if when you try and do this, the game physically crashes quite a few times. It happens to me. I don't know if it's the size of the memory in my PC isn't enough, or the mod is a little bit unstable, or mods are a little bit unstable when they're put together. All that sort of thing may well be affecting it, and it will crash. So it's taken me a few times to do this. So let's continue as the Americans. Yes, please. We'll join that squad. Continue, and we will deploy in. Now I'm going to be doing this on gamepad because unfortunately that's all I can fly. That's all I can fly with. So let's just move this out of the way, so that's down there. And so that's why I've got this gamepad overlay on as well, so that you can see when I'm moving it what I'm doing. So I thought that might be good as well. So because we're hosting ourselves, we've got access to Game Master, so we're going to Game Master. Let's edit the scenario properties first. Let's make the weather sunny. Let's change the time of day to 12:15. Time progression, no. And then we go into the settings and we go down to the bottom and we disable Game Master Budgets by doing that. So what that means now is if we just zoom up and have a look around and see, right, okay, so where would be a good place to park a helicopter safely? It's all a bit of a hill, isn't it? Maybe here. So we can open the entity browser now, and as you can see, we've got access to everything. So let's spawn in a Huey. There we go. Let's spawn in a Huey there. Right, it's not going anywhere, and that's us. So we can now play as the character. So now we're in. And we can now because it's the RHS mod. We've spawned in with some rather funky gear, but kind of ignore that. And there may well be some capture points and things that aren't in the correct location. But if we take a look at the map, we can see all the common ones are there. So the cool thing is there's no AI NPCs at any of these places, so we can fly around and fly over them without risk of getting shot at. There'll be no AI at roadblocks or anything like that, so we can be safe. So we can say, okay, what we want to do stuff with, we want to fly west and find Alaska, and then we'll have a look around Alaska. And we'll say, okay, so if I was coming here, where would I want to land that would be far enough away where it would be safe for troops to disembark, where they wouldn't be seen from the objective, and also where your helicopter wouldn't get fired at. One of the most dangerous things in a helicopter is actually NPCs with RPGs. They love firing them. So we know that. So we know it's to our west because we know we've kind of spawned there. So let's go in and let's get in our helicopter. There we go. Let's fire her up. There we go. Let's have a look at the compass. So at the moment we're facing north, aren't we? So let's go back to the map. Let's kind of see. So we want to take off and then we want to head west. And we're going to head over a wooded area. And then Alaska will be here. Now what I tend to find is when you're in a helicopter, distances shrink really, really quickly. So before you know, you'll be over the objective or even past it. So we know if we get to an area with maybe a farm there, we know where we're on. So places to land, looking at this, we know green area tends to be trees. A good place to land is probably going to be here. So what we might do actually, a good technique would be, in reality we would fly along the coast here, go over those trees here, and then land here, and then we would get cover. In fact, tell you what, why don't we do that? So let's go back to our helicopter. Let's go into third person. Now we know we're facing north at the moment, so let's go up. Right, so there's the coast. You see how close we are really. So let's tip her forward. Don't want to get too high. So what we're expecting is to fly along the coast, pop out over these trees, and there should be somewhere to land. So let's just slow down a bit. Keep low though. There should be a road underneath us. Ooh, let's just go up a little bit. Let's just wait. Let's have a look round. Okay, so there's the capture base there. There we go. So there's the capture base there. You see that little tent just to my right? Okay, so let's go and do that again. So let's swing around. Goes. So we know right after these trees we're gonna land, aren't we? So let's start looking around. Okay, so here is probably the place we're gonna land, in this field here. Let's take it down. Remember that the important thing is when you're learning to fly the helicopter is safe landings when you have the soldiers on. There we go. So we would land there. So we've landed in this tree. Where are we? We've landed. Where are we? So we've landed probably here. So the base is to our south. So troops have gone, troops have gone, troops have gone. Let's imagine they've captured that objective. So now what we want to do is they say, can you come pick us up? So let's go and fly over there to where the objective actually is and just see what it's like to land near it. And that way we can get used to doing precision landing. Now you may well have seen like my J-hook landing video when I'm showing you how to do these flashy landings. But the problem with those is they're only really good when you know exactly where you want to go. So we come here, so we know when we come here, it's quite a big area, isn't it, to land. Okay, so there's loads of space. Obviously, as our colleagues start building things and putting various support structures in, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. There we go, so we can land. And what you can do is if we land close enough to the HQ, we can actually capture this base now. In fact, what we can do is if we stop the... I wonder if there'll be enough supplies here. Let's have a quick go. Right, let's stop the engine. Let's get out. If you don't stop the engine and get out, often the helicopter will decide to fly off on its own accord, which you won't do. Now, the beauty, if we capture the base, that will then extend our HQ radio signal, and then we can kind of naturally then go on. Now, we don't necessarily have to do this. We could just hop off and go to Tyrone next. Let's just see what happens. It depends if there's any supplies here. I mean, what you could do if you wanted to, if you really want to get into this, you could practice flying over to here, picking those supplies up via the helicopter, coming back to the base, loading them up, and doing that sort of stuff. Okay, so it's almost captured. Okay, so let's capture. So let's go to here. Okay, there's 200 supplies, so that's good. Does that get us? Almost gets. Oh, it doesn't quite get us a relay station. But if we look at the map now, if we come out of this, if we look at the map now. So we've just captured. All right, so we could go on to Oregon now. So let's have a look at Oregon. So we know we're in this field here. So if we take off and head north, it looks like there's some wooded area. So what we want to do is probably land to the right here, because then those trees should block the view, or maybe even go past and land, go past the town and land here, and our troops would make their way through that way. Okay, so let's give that a go. So let's rock and roll. Let's get back into the helicopter. Start her up. Is our door closed? It is. Let's look down. So we're currently facing... Oh right, we're facing north anyway. So we're kind of here. So we're going to head up sort of northwest. You can follow this dirt road actually. But sometimes when the dirt roads go through the trees, they can be a little bit difficult to see. Okay, so let's start going up. And we want to probably be going in this kind of direction. So we know, looking at the map, we're looking for trees, and when we see the town, we want to land on the other side of the trees. So there's no need to go super fast when you're doing this sort of thing. The main thing is just to do it nice and safe. And of course we've got a game master. If we do crash, we can just spawn in something else. So we know we want to be on this side of the trees. Right, so there's the town. So we want to land down here, don't we? So let's flare. Ooh, bit of a hard landing there. So go, troops. So our troops run out, and so we're here now, aren't we? That's where we are, right there. So the troops have captured there. So now they say, right, come and get us then. So right, okay, so let's take her up. And then we've got to fly back over the houses, and it should be in this wooded area here. Now this is a real precision kind of area now, so this should test your flying skills. Let's just go really slow. Right, there's the HQ there. Okay, so there's no... Again, let's imagine this has been captured. No need to go super fast. I mean, probably with this, where there's so many trees around, I would have probably said to them, no, you come to me. I'm not coming to pick you up. There we go. So let's capture this base. Right, let's have a look at the map. So once we've captured this one, we I don't know, we might be in range of California, maybe. We may be going to Mew, or we may have to go back to Mississippi and capture Andre's beacon. But that tower Entree Do is a good one. That kind of opens up the whole of the map. Or we might have to go and get some supplies and then open stuff up that way. But remember, you don't really have to capture bases. You can just fly to these places and then just check them out. But let's see what happens as we are here. Beautiful Huey model. Okay, so we captured the base. Let's look at the map, see what opens up. So it hasn't opened up to Military Base California, but it has opened up to Mew. So we could go up to Mew. That might then open up California. I doubt it. But what we're going to do instead, we're going to imagine that it has opened up Military California. So we've got out the, we've got some supplies, and we've built a radio tower, and so we can now reach California. So this is a main operating site, so there's going to be an awful lot of NPCs here, or if there could well be enemy soldiers if they captured it already. So we've got to think, right, so we're going to be heading sort of west-southwest, so in this direction here. There's this big tree area, so where are we going to put our soldiers down? I'm thinking probably over here. So I think probably what we're going to do is just really head west and have a look at the lay of the land around this area and then put them down there. So let's go inside, let's have a look. So we're currently facing south, so we're going to go up and go west to the sea. We can have a look. Okay, so it's almost going west. Okay. Let's get down a bit. Slow down here. So Let's have a quick look at the map. Where's the lighthouse? Oh, right. Okay, so this is another good example of why this is good. So the actual base is over there. So let's reset and let's do that again. So let's fly back over here nice and slow. So this is where we captured, wasn't it? Just around here. So let's fly back. So let's get down lower. And we're going to put our troops on the beach here. It's a little bit further up. Flare, 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 flare. Down on collective. Tip it forward. Ooh, bit of a hard landing again. Right, go, 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 go. So the troops go there, then they can go into the tree line and make their way around. Maybe we'll get a bit closer, but there we go. So let's imagine again that they've captured that, so we know we just need to follow the coast around. So they've captured it, so we know it's going to be fairly safe there. They just want picking up, so just go and have a look where stuff is. Okay, so it's not there. So the main right, okay, so the main capture points are up here. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. So we would land there. However, I don't want to land quite yet because I think maybe a better place to land might have been on the other side of, yeah, we could have put ourselves down here, couldn't we, on one of these tracks? That would have been all right. Or right down on the beach there, and then they could have sort of snuck in this side. So they said, "Can you come and pick us up?" And you're like, "Yeah, sure, no worries, lads." You know, Uber driver's on its way. So again, we've got to be careful because there's a helicopter down there that we could capture. Don't want to bang into that one. There we go. So we're down on the ground. Right, lads, come on then. Jump in. Where are we going to go next? So what we'll do now, let's do a long flight south. And let's find, say, something like Pinewood Lake. So we're starting to, this is a bit of a challenge now. So we know we're here, Military Base California. So we've landed right there. So let's say we're cold on, it's later in the game, and we're moving lots of troops around, and we want to get to Pinewood Lake. So we're going to head south. And then our main sort of things we're going to be looking out for is the big town of Montignac to our left, or to our east, and then we're going to be looking out for the lake. Now, you may well know this one. This is a hill here, and there's some houses here, and there's a little camping place here. So the question is, where is it best to land our troops? Now, I think maybe there is a tree line here, and we could land them here. But maybe it'd be an idea to land them on this side and they can go down. So, but we'll do a flyover of the base first. So we know we need to take off and then head south. So let's take her up. There we go. Let's go. Off we go. So we know we've got a long way to go, but again, when you're flying in the helicopters, distances are squashed amazingly. So we know we're going to be looking for a big town to our left and then a lake in front of us. This really helps if you've got a co-pilot who can just be guiding you along. And a good tip for that is actually be in separate squads. Because if you're in separate squads, you'll know where you are because and he's the leader because you'll see his squad marker. Right. Okay, so we didn't see the town. Oh, there's the town there. So here we go. So this is the lake, and there is the capture point. You can probably see it to our left and down a bit. In fact, let's fly over it. There we go. So there it is. So we talked about over here on the left, didn't we? Put in. So we could land here. A bit higher. Let's take her down. Right, go, 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 go. And they can head down. There's plenty of cover before they get discovered. Or, tell you where it was pretty cool. You can see the tents down there just by the water's edge. The other cool place would be the other side of these trees. Here. Like so. Bit obvious this one though. Bit obvious. You know, they really could see us coming, couldn't they? From that one. So let's just plonk in there. So go, 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 go. They go running out. You wouldn't want to be hanging around in a helicopter right there because you're in plain view. Even the NPCs, they'd be lobbing RPGs at you. And then when they're ready to go and ready to be picked up, we can just hop over here. We can land. And it gives you an idea of kind of what it's like. Whoa, don't take the tail rotor off. We can land there. Right, so where are we going to go next? So we know we're here. Oh, okay. Military base Levy. This is a good one. This is always hotly contested. So we know we are here at Pinewood Lake. So if we head southeast and we're looking to see the sea on our well, it's kind of to our south. And then what we're going to do is we're going to try and land in this field here. In fact, no, we'll try and land here on this field to the west of Levy. Okay, so let's try and do that now. Okay, so let's take her in the air. So we've got to go southeast. So we're pretty much heading in that direction already. So let's go. So as we get towards Levy, Levy's like the town, and then to our right there will be a hill, and that's where the military base is. I'm really good at overshooting this actually. Was that it down there? Let's just go up. Have I overshot it? Don't think I have. I don't think we were there yet, were we? Have I got lost straight away? So look, where we got? So which way are we facing? We are facing northeast. Well, that's not the way we're going to be going, is it? Here we go. Right, so this is where we should have been going. I should have just trusted. So there's the sea to our east. So this is Levy here, and then if we go over the top, see that down there? That's the capture point right down there. A military base Levy is just over here. See it opening up over there. So the place where we wanted to land was west of Levy, in that field right there. Probably this field here. Because it's, I think there's a slight incline here. Ooh, we're a bit close. Okay, we did okay. They should be out of sight, out of mind, so they can go. They can go and run on that one. And then we got some other troops jump in, and they say, right, we want to go further south, and we want to go down, to say Duras. So look down the Green Valley. So let's have a look down the Green Valley. So there's a house on a hill on the right here. There's loads of good places on the east, sorry, and those are good places on the west to land. So let's take off and let's head there and hopefully avoid this power line. Now I do like this part of Everon because it's very easy to navigate once you're into the valley, because it's really obvious. The catch is though that when you're playing a real game of conflict, there's lots of opportunities for players and NPCs to take you out with their RPGs and things like that. So once we get over this little hill here, this is going to start to drop down into the main valley as we head south. There we go. And there's always loads of roadblocks here with NPCs, and trust me, they love firing those RPGs. So what we can do is if we head down on the left hand side of the road, we can then do a chase. So what we're looking for here is a house on the left on the hill. That'll tell us kind of where we are. Here we go. You can just about see it on the left. See it on the left coming up on that house on the hill? That means the capture point is going to be right. So we're right on top of the capture point right now. So again, what we can then do is we can tip her over. See if we can do like a bit of a crap J hook, but gets us down. There we go. And then they can run off and they can capture that capture point over there. So there we go. Hope you kind of get the idea of this. It's literally you're just spending a couple of hours with a nice cup of coffee or a cup of tea and just hopping around the different bases. And fairly quickly you'll start to get to know Everon from the air, and you'll start to recognise different places. So when you are in a helicopter and somebody says, take me to Indiana, you go, right, okay guys, I know the capture point is by the harbour, but I know I can set them down here, that sort of stuff. And also, if you know which way it is, you can then say as they're going, you can say, right guys, follow the coast in front of us, and then they can leg it off. Try not to be tempted to land too close to objectives, because you'll just end up getting killed. However, if you land too far away, the troops will get a little bit bored and they'll get lost on the way to the objective that way. So there we go. So remember, it's the RHS Status Quo mod, it's the Disable Game Master Budgets mod. Then you load into a game of Game Master hosted on your local PC, conflict with no AI on your local PC. You spawn a helicopter in and just start hopping around from objective to objective, having a look at where somewhere safe is to land, and then going and landing near the objective as well, so you get an idea what it would be like if people want picking up. And then you'll just slowly learn where everything is, and you'll become a much better helicopter pilot. Because when you can stop thinking about navigation, that's when you can really start thinking about things like your altitude and speed, and doing some cool landings, fast combat landings and things like J-hook landings and things like that, rather than just tiptoeing around like I have been on this video. So there we go, that's enough from me. If you found the video useful, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. And of course, I'll see you all again soon.